I was like, I need to make another film. Like right now, I want to shoot. And by December, I was shooting. The script wasn't written before that or anything. It went very fast. And I just went with what I had. So Madeleine, which is a painter, doesn't want to act. I was like, okay, interesting. And she was telling me, there's no way I'm going to speak. I was like, okay, we'll make you deaf and mute. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah. And then it started building on that and this whole thing about sound. And also, I knew I had a limited budget. So I was like, okay, let's reduce the team completely. So no sound guy, perfect. Don't need a sound guy. Fuck that. And yeah, we built up on the story on that, and that became the film.
Good day, filmmaker Guillaume Campanacci. Guillaume, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here. When I watched The Silent Sinner, it was everything that it was billed to be from reading a Hollywood Reporter article about it. It was just mind blowing, great Friday night film with a glass of wine, and you're like, holy shit, he went there.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a great description of the film. I think that's a perfect one, actually.
So in that Hollywood Reporter article, which I also love, like on your social media, you've said, I'm going to keep pushing this article if you like it or not, which I love because, like, why not celebrate your own art? But in that article, you talked about how you were, in other words, fucking with the audience. And I thought that was an interesting way to think about it because that is true. But what if you had an audience member who reads that and thinks like, man, I don't want to have a filmmaker fuck with me.
So I think there should be a line. If I was smarter, I should put a line in the sand, definitely. But that's the thing. This film was made for so little money, like even less than the two previous films that I made. It was made for $2,000. So the whole film, and it's a feature film. So I need to do exactly what I want because what's next is going to be bigger things where I will have to actually care more about the audience. And it was very selfish as a film to make this one because I made it for nothing, so I could do whatever I want. That was the freedom to make anything I wanted. So yeah, I did want to fuck with the audience. I wanted to do it even more than that, actually, to make the film completely silent. The whole 76 minutes completely silent. But then at the end of the day, I didn't. But I could have done that, and I was going to do that. That was my concept. But then that would have been probably too much. But
Yeah.
I didn't do that. So maybe next time.
And why didn't you? Like, so there is a limit? I'm just trying to understand where you limit yourself because it is nice to have that freedom, like you said, but, like, why did you make that decision to make it have a little bit of sound in there?
Because I realized that it was too much. I had an opening of the film that was at first like 7 minutes long without any sound. And by speaking to people, to have friends, filmmakers watching it and telling me, Guillaume, you might be going a little too far right now. And then I start
Yeah.
to think about it. And sometimes I think they're right. And I change my mind, and that's how you evolve. But yeah, I'm glad that I didn't do that because it would have been too much. And then you can lose the
Yeah.
public completely. And that's not, I'm not doing that for that. Obviously, I'm just kidding when I'm saying I don't care. Of course, I care.
Right.
But actually, in Oldenburg, we had a few people leaving within the first 10 seconds because the sound,
Wow.
like the
They
first
wouldn't give you
frames.
more than 10 seconds?
Yeah, because the first frames are actually, it's called the silent sinner, but the first frames of the film are so loud and in your face with that song that, yeah, I had two ladies in the first row be like, no, it's too loud, we're leaving. Okay, please, the exit is this way.
Bye.
It's okay.
So you started in acting. How did you get started in filmmaking?
So I started as a Frenchman. No, I started as an engineer at first. I went to school for engineering, mechanical and industrial. And then after my master, I went to do some interviews, and I very fastly understood that that was not for me, and the people in front of me felt the same. Then I went into modeling, and I traveled the world as a model. Then my brain was not working anymore, and I went to acting school in New York at the William Esper Studio, amazing school, and did a lot of commercials. And then I started to want to tell stories and not to just be the little puppet. No disrespect to actors. I love actors and I'm one. But I wanted to create my own universe, being the
Yeah.
god of my own universes. And so I started reading everything I could about screenwriting and about directing. And yeah, started directing short films, music videos. And then one day I was like, okay, I'm ready. I want to make a feature film. And I looked around. I was living in LA at the time. And I looked around, saw what I had, what I could use, my friends, what locations, car, furniture, and started making a story. And I made my first feature film this way with very little money, of course.
Do you think Guillaume, do you think most actors want to direct? Why don't they? Are a lot of people just scared of jumping off that
I don't
cliff?
think everybody wants to direct. I think there is a I mean, there is a beauty of acting. Like, of course, like acting is such a
Yeah,
craft and an art. Is beautiful, and I think
right.
it's enough. I think like great actors don't need to. I think some people want that, and some people don't, and some people should, and some people shouldn't as well. I guess directing is
Yeah,
it's you're the god of your own world. You create a universe, but it's hard at the same time because everything is on your shoulders. A lot of it is on your shoulders. So if people don't like it or escape the cinema within 5 seconds, you know whose
right.
fault is it? It's mine.
Like
Exactly. An actor can always say the script was not that good or the director was not that good. I cannot blame anybody. It's me on the screen. Like it's all me. But I love it.
and
I love it.
especially if you're acting
Well,
in your film, it's even worse.
yeah, it's even that's like
You're
completely to blame this guy right there, French guy.
like the actor. So in tw so in 2023, you released your "Whenever I'm Alone with You" at Oldenburg, and it's a homage to the French New Wave, and you mentioned before you consider yourself a Frenchman. Can you talk a little bit about what that means? And would you say that's a fair description of the film? Like, you were trying to honor French filmmaking?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I love how Godard, Truffaut, and the rest of the people that were in the French New Wave, how they try to reinvent language and try to deconstruct cinema to see, okay, that's a normal film. What can we do to make it different? With it could be interesting or not. A lot of people think it's not interesting. I think it's very interesting area of cinema in the world when that happened. I'm not sure it works anymore, but that film actually, Whenever I'm Alone with You, had really it interested people because they didn't see that for a long time. So we had a lot of awards for the film. It went
Yeah.
very well, and now it's on Prime Video, on Tubi, and more to come platforms. And it's watched a lot, and I have beautiful reactions. Whether it's positive, like I loved it. It's a film that's very different, or I've got the opposite. With the only thing I liked in this film were the colors.
Doesn't that make for great art, though? If you get, like, all universal one reaction, then it must feel like something went wrong in the process.
I love to have like extreme reactions. Like the mild ones are not doesn't make me grow in any way. I love when it's people have separate opinions. I don't like everybody. Not everybody's gonna like me. So obviously not everybody's gonna like my films. It's totally normal. And definitely I want it to be a huge success, which doesn't mean it has to be like rounding the corners everywhere. But no, I want it to be a big success. And it will be.
I'm sure. So, you call Oldenburg the best film festival in the world. Like you said, you've gotten awards there. Why do you think that is, and what do you think other film festivals can take away from that experience to make their festival better?
So actually, and I hope they will hear it. I never got an award in Oldenburg. I got awards Like for the previous film, I got awards everywhere in the world, but I didn't get anything in Oldenburg.
Oh, wow.
Remember that? There were so many great films. Like it's a competition. There's better films, but I don't blame them for that at all. But it is the best festival. But I hope they will remember that. This is the best festival in the world for me. Is they really treat you like a rock star, like a superstar. And of course, filmmaking is not about that, but is they really take care of you. It's really about filmmakers. It's really not about sponsors or getting to get the films that are showing in Cannes or in Berlin or in Venice and bringing them back in this festival. It's really about finding people, finding new voices. And I felt like it was the only, not the only, but the one festival that really does that. The way I think Sundance used to be like that back in the days.
Right.
And now it's this big machine, like an independent film is a $25 million film with Ben Affleck. No, it's not an independent film. Oldenburg is very special to me. Thorsten Newman and Deborah Kara Unger, they really put me on the spot. They really changed everything for me since 3 years that I'm going there. A lot of things are changing. Now, when I'm bringing a project to an actor or producer, I feel like not that I'm known at all, but I've got more confidence, and yeah, they put me out there, and I thank them for that. Absolutely.
Do you think it comes down to just money that more festivals aren't like that? Like, they have to keep up sponsors, and that's why they draw that $25 million
Definitely,
independent film?
definitely.
Yeah.
But I think it has to be a balance. Like it has to be a balance between, yeah, the money side, getting the sponsors, and of course, getting the word out there about the festival. But also, I don't know. I'm gonna say something very blunt and hand my career once again right there. But if you're a festival and the only thing you do is take films from other festivals, from Cannes and Venice and Berlin, are you really a festival? Are you really a
Yeah.
programmer? Or are you just,
Yeah.
I don't know, a cinema, which has not a problem, but it's not a film festival. You're just recycling other people's ideas, which I do all the time. I don't know. Take too much shit. I have to stop.
That's the point of the podcast, is to hear you talk bluntly about filmmaking. So, another topic that I'm sure you could get yourself in trouble with is French filmmaking. That's what I invited you
Thank you,
on, is to
Benjamin.
see what kind of things I can get Guillaume to say. But
You gay.
Fr French filmmaking, how do you feel about the state of just films that are made in France? Do you feel like they're getting enough exposure worldwide? How do you feel about the state of
So, so
independent filmmaking in France?
So I don't think there is really independent filmmaking in France. It doesn't exist. So the French system, I've never made a film in the French system. It's very particular. There is the CNC, which is the government regulation of cinema that will give away grants, money to for people to make their films. So either you go this way to get money from the government, which means if they don't like your project, they will not give you money, which means it's not. So that's the thing. It comes from a beautiful idea. We're going to help filmmakers to make their films. So we're going to give them money. But that comes with, if we don't like their ideas, we're not going to give them money and they're not going to be able to do their films. So it's a very beautiful idea that turns into some censorship, maybe.
Yeah.
If you don't align with their ideas, you will not make your film. And if you don't make your film this way, your film is not going to get distributed and go in cinemas in France. So it's a loop that's very strange that I'm trying to understand now. But yeah, I made my first film in the US, my second one in France, but by myself, and my third one in Poland, in France. But it's never been a French film in this way that's financed by an organism. But I don't know. It's a weird system. That I don't know.
And
It's
there's no
weird.
way they would go with Silent Sinner.
Oh no, no way, no way, no, no way. But I have a project in France that's way bigger. It's crazy, but like maybe crazy in their own terms. I don't know. So I'll try to make a bigger film in France by these ways. But yeah, I feel like in France we have this. We spoke about French New Wave before, and it's gone because these films would not get made today. I think it's a. I don't know. I'm gonna get into trouble.
I mean, you do honor the French filmmaking aesthetic. Like that's part of what it sounds like you care about. It's not like
Absolutely.
you are anti-French filmmaking.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, no, absolutely. I love this era of French cinema. I just love it. I don't think they would be made today. I don't know. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna try to go the proper way in France, find a producer, do it the right way, and see what's happening. But I'm not sure I can make it there. That's why my two other projects are actually Canadian. I'm yeah,
Interesting.
Canadian Irish. I I read this book 10 years ago called High Confessions of an International Drug Smuggler by Brian O'D. We became friends little by little. It's one of my favorite books. It's insane. And one day he asked me if I could write and direct the film. It was a film at first. And now we're thinking about a miniseries. We spoke to Netflix, and it's all set in Newfoundland. Newfoundland and Colombia and Southeast Asia, and amazing story. So I'm working on that right now, and I develop another script that's a spec script. It's a feature film, and it's set in Newfoundland as well. It's a bank heist, and this one is written, and I'm speaking to a few actors right now to see if they're interested before going to the Canadian producers. Let's see. So it's not just the French. I don't just have the French project. I have that. That's way more advanced and that I'm more excited about actually.
That's awesome, Guillaume. Do you enjoy writing as
I
part
love
of your
writing.
filmmaking? Yeah,
I love writing. Yeah, I love writing. It's the same way I love acting and I love directing. I love writing. The process of the blank page, it's exciting for me. It's really an excitement. Like everything is possible. I love it.
do you feel like the disciplines overlap, like your writing helps your acting, which helps your directing, or do you feel like they're just almost 3 separate types
Oh
of
no, they're all like
tools?
feeding on each other's for sure. All of them. It's like a loop that I need. That I actually need. Actually, when I made my first feature, Devils in Disguise, 10 years ago in LA, it was a crazy shoot because, of course, I was doing everything, blah, blah, blah. And we shot for 11 days, but after 11 days, I was like a wreck in my brain to think about everything and producing and directing and acting in it, of course. But then I went to just to act in a short for the David Lynch Foundation. And that was amazing because I was entering somebody else's universe and I just had to focus on acting on my character and just focus on that. That was amazing. So I like to go like acting to directing to writing. Right now I'm going to be writing the miniseries High, and I love it. It's just me with my notepad and the universe of possibilities that's around me. And you go at a cafe and you write, you do. You go at a cafe and you observe people. You're writing a scene, but then you observe people and the way people are holding their pen, or if somebody has a pen, which is not a lot these days. The way
Yeah.
people drink their coffee, like you make up characters, and then they start to have their own lives in your brain, and I love that. And then you don't even have to think. You know your characters, and your characters they speak. They just speak to you and between each other, and you're like, okay, well, I've got no control over anything happening right now, and that's beautiful.
So, Guillaume, Silent Sinner, it's a trip. So, when somebody sits down to watch it, what would you want people to expect? What would you want them to feel as they sit down and watch the film?
I don't want them to expect anything. Like
Yeah.
I just want people to watch it and to think, oh, okay, I films could can be that as well. Like it doesn't have to be a normal narrative. It doesn't have to be the colors don't have to all go together. It can be black and white and then suddenly go to color. The sounds can be different. The music can stop completely at one point. I want people to realize it's all about feeling something, and that's what should make sense. Like when you watch any film, I think it's all about feeling something. It's about understanding a story, of course, but yeah, I think it's about feeling. Do you care for these characters? Do you want them to reach their goal of living this crazy goal to live in this tower in the Mediterranean Sea or stay cold in Poland? I don't know. I don't know what I want them to feel, actually. I should have thought about that.
I love it. I think if you probably go to the letterbox, you can see what people see from the film. It's a trip. So in the film, you directed your real life partner, who in that Hollywood Reporter article we've mentioned, it sounded like she doesn't want to be an actor. What kind of advice would you give somebody for directing somebody who is that personally meaningful to you?
First of all, I would say don't do it. And if you didn't read the Hollywood Reporter article, please read it for the audience. Uh, no, what I would say, yeah, she's a painter. She has no interest in acting whatsoever, like no interest. She loves films. She loves actors, some actors. But she has no interest in it because she doesn't like to be in front of a camera. Like it takes a certain kind of person to like to be in
Right.
front of the camera. We're all a little crazy to want that. Like
Yeah.
every detail of your face is like on the screen and you like it. It's weird. It's very strange psychologically. So she hates it, which of course made me want to have her do it. And the silent scener, actually, the whole idea started from that. Is okay, we live in Poland. It's Krakow is very beautiful. I just came back from Oldenburg. I made a music video for this band, Pornography Exclusive. We had a concert in Oldenburg, and that was amazing with the music videos playing behind the band, like Jerome and Severin. That was insane. And we made these music videos for almost nothing. That was in September. And after Oldenburg last year, I was like, I need to make another film. Like right now, I want to shoot. And by December, I was shooting. The script wasn't written before that or anything. It went very fast, and I just went with what I had. So Madeleine, which is a painter, doesn't want to act. I was like, okay, interesting. And she was telling me, "There's no way I'm gonna speak." I was like, okay, okay, we'll make you deaf and mute. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, and then started building on that, and this whole thing about sound, and also I knew I had a limited budget, so I was like, okay, let's reduce the team completely. So no sound guy, perfect. Don't need a sound guy. Fuck that. And yeah, we built up on the story on that, and that became the film. And it was just Madeleine, myself, and Valentin Geiger which is the DP of the film that is from Cannes, like me, and we brought him to Krakow to shoot. And yeah, the three of us and a few more actors that never acted before.
Wow. And how do you feel about distribution of the film? Is it something that you think about, or was it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
created because you wanted to celebrate your art and you're not worried about that aspect?
yeah. As I want the public to see my films, it's very important for me.
Yeah.
No, no. I Right now we're going the festival route, so we just went to Oldenburg. Then we're gonna go in Girona for the Spanish premiere in
Okay.
the beginning of November. It's a festival I really like as well. That 2 years ago won three prizes for Whenever I'm Alone with You. So gonna go there in October, in November, and then after that we'll have probably an Italian premiere, a UK premiere, a US premiere, or Canadian premiere, and then I will go the same way I did before. I will go through Film Hub to
Okay.
distribute it into Prime and Tubi and maybe Mubi. Like I don't know who else, or maybe I'll find a different way. But Film Hub has been good to me, so I might go this way again. Yeah.
In terms of arranging the distribution and that back end type stuff, Film Hub has been good.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, you cannot control all the aspects of it,
Right.
but it's been good. Yeah, it's been very good. Did you use it before?
I have not.
No.
would you tell somebody who hasn't used it? Like, what are the advantages and disadvantages?
So Film Hub, you it's like indie rights. You they're not going to buy your film, but they're going
Right.
to propose it to different platforms, and the platforms can pick and choose your film. You cannot choose which platform is going to go to or which
Okay.
country it's going to go to on Prime, for example. But then, yeah, they sell the movie on different platforms, and you just accept, and then it goes on there, and you're splitting the revenues. Like I'm not sure. I think it's 80-20, and then there is a split with Amazon as well, which is 50-50, I think. And to be, I forgot what it is, but it's pretty good. Yeah. Like I have a lot of friends that went through normal distributions with smaller distributors or sales agents, and had like horror stories from friends from Oldenburg
Right.
as well, that where their film is actually going places and is getting money, but then they don't get their minimum guaranteed, for example, or they don't get their paycheck, or and then if they want to remove it from the catalog of the distributors, they can't. It can be a hassle, like a hassle. And I felt like Film Hub was really no problem. It's easygoing, so I like.
How did you learn about all this? If you look back to when you started, what kind of advice would you give that person who's just starting out? Is just learn about these different intricacies like Film Hub. What would you recommend to somebody just starting out in either acting or directing to learn about this kind of stuff?
For me, it's been speaking to people. Like very simply, Film Up, I learned everything about it from my friend Truman Culey,
Oh,
great director that was in Oldenburg 2 years ago with this film, that distributed his film this way. And then I wanted to know everything about it, and he told me everything about it. Then, as an example for co production, I'm learning a lot about it right now for High and for my other feature. My friend Edwin Mullane, that had a film this year in Oldenburg, Irish film, he is teaching me all about it. And I hope I'm doing the same to other people, teaching stuff to them. But yeah, just about speaking to your fellow filmmakers and speaking to everybody. And if you have a problem speaking, and yeah, and if you had advices to give to any filmmaker, which I don't know why I would give advice to anybody because I'm nobody, but it would be to just do it and to not to wait. Like really the Robert Rodriguez way. The his book is Rebel Without a Crew has been for me like a huge help. Just do it. Just check whatever you have around. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the perfect budget. It will not be there. It will be there later.
right.
For the moment, just do it. Just do stuff. Just write, just direct, make films. And yeah, don't wait for the fancy camera or just use your fucking iPhone. For Silent Sinner, I was gonna rent a 5D Mark II, 3, whatever Canon. That's what I used for Devils in Disguise. And then in Krakow, my girlfriend Madeleine had a little camera, an Olympus, on the shelf, and start playing with it. And she was taking pictures with it and taking videos. I was like, oh, no, let's check what can do with that. And it was 1080. I was like, oh, it's very fucking good quality, actually. It's great. And I started playing around. I was like, yeah, this we're gonna use that. That's all. That's finished. There's no question. We're not gonna try to get a red or an Ari or no.
Yeah.
Like let's use what we have, and that's all. That's all. That's my way of thinking and of doing things. And that's the advice I would give to anybody wanting to make film. Make films.
Love that. So one last curveball. Is there an indie
This is when I
is there an
lose my agent, and
no, is there a film or filmmaker out there that you wish more people knew about?
fuck, that's a good question. I'm saying that because I saw a director that you interviewed that said that actually. That said, that's a good question. He answered like that. An
I mean,
English
it is a
English
good question.
director. That's why I did that.
But some
Yes,
maybe a
there is
film you saw at yeah, Oldenburg?
a great filmmaker, except myself.
Of
No,
course.
yeah, there is a great film I saw in Oldenburg, Summer Heat Machine by Jerome Van der Watin is gonna kill me for killing his name. A Belgian filmmaker. This film, we watched it at a midnight screening in Oldenburg. It was so fucking funny. Belgium humor. It was incredible. Really incredible. It's rock and roll. They're gonna show it in Festival Nouveau Cinema in Canada, like in the next few days. It was incredible, like really. And another film I saw, Harakiri, I Miss You, from Alejandro. Forgot his last name. That was a great film too. Almost looks like a documentary. It's all shot in Madrid, and it's so raw. I loved it as well. These are the two, and The Silent
That's
Sinner from.
I love that. I am waiting for the first person to answer the question with themselves, which I think would be kind of be like, "You actually haven't seen my earlier work?" I think that'd be like a meta answer to that question.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think I kind of did that right now.
No. Guillaume Campanacci, this has been so much fun. I knew it was gonna be fun. It was somehow even more fun than I expected to chat with you about your films, and I hope when your Canadian journey ends that you come back on the podcast. Is that gonna entail living in Canada for a while?
It should be at one point. I think it will happen. I just arrived in Madrid 2 days ago, so now I'm gonna be in Madrid for a little bit, and then we'll see. Things can take a long time or short time. Let's see. Yeah. But thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for the curveballs. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And please, let's do it again.